Hey, peace, y'all. What a time to be alive. We're going to try this again. Hopefully you all can hear me good. I am going to do just like a general energy, collective energy reading right now. And then I'll be doing some donation-based readings for those of you that are interested in doing the readings. For those of you who just came in, can you let me know in the comments that you can hear me well? Just because I had to leave and come back, and third time's the charm. So I really believe that this is going to work out fine if you can just let me know, so that way I'm not rambling, talking. I already pulled. All right, cool. So I was already pre-shuffling and pulling out. Well, not pulled out. I allowed spirit to pull out. So I'm just going to start from the beginning. I was at the very beginning anyway. So on the bottom of the deck here, we have the crone energy. And what I was sensing, picking up with this crone energy, is massive amounts of ancient wisdom being poured into the collective at this time. Now, this is everyday life. This is, existence, right? However, with this wisdom, it's activations, it's remembrance of your soul's journey beyond all timelines, beyond time, in a sense. And the crone energy, knowing that life and death transformations are important during pivotal moments in our lives, right? Life and death is a matter of perception of the change of energy, right? It's just transitions from one dimension to another, from one frequency to another. And the crone specializes in, seeing the lessons for what it is, the hardships for what they may have been, and gaining the lesson and the wisdom from it, so that she can be at peace and share that peace on with others. So it's like grieving versus depression, right? There's a certain level of love and motion that occurs with grief. You can still live your day-to-day life and be grieving something because it's no longer in the same reception or frequency that it once was. But depression sometimes makes it difficult to grieve. It makes it difficult to move forward because your energy is feeling so dense and so low and so drained that you are in need of rest and stillness, in a sense, right? You are in need of deep rest. This is where depression comes in. And I know we are in the winter season for those of us in the northern hemisphere. Obviously in the southern hemisphere, you are in the summer season. However, it doesn't matter, winter, summer, depression can happen at any given time for anyone, and so can grief. But grief allows a certain amount of motion. The reason this is coming up is because there may be certain areas in your life that is requiring you to shift, and some of you may have already gone through a grieving process from that, or some of you may currently be in a grieving process of this change, and some of you may not even experience grief or depression, but are fully aware of the wisdom of this change and why it needs to happen, and allowing yourselves to kind of be an edge walker, if you will, to not only light your own way through that next dimension of your life, but also be a pillar of light for others to walk through that dimension. And for some of you, this could also be that you are going to either experience someone coming into your life as a mentor. Okay, this can be a mentor, or you can be someone else's mentor. This is definitely spiritual guidance that is coming through, that's going to be pivotal, that's going to allow for you to know how to pivot in your life through these transformations, or make these transformations for your growth. Okay, so that was in the bottom of the deck, and the first card that came out here, we have the Chariot. So the Chariot card, it is connected with the zodiac sign Cancer, but so you may or may not be a Cancer, you may have certain Cancer placements, but that's not necessary. Really, what I'm hearing and what I'm getting here is connecting with the Divine Mother Moots here, connecting with your celestial body, connecting with your cells, connecting with your organs, connected with your plasma and the fluid sea of your existence, of your essence, and seeing what that feels like for you. This is going to connect you with your Merkaba, okay, with your spiritual vehicle to travel through these different dimensions, even if it is a mindset shift. Okay, so on a collective level, there is going to be massive changes when it comes down to the water. Okay, what kind of water are you drinking? You know, is there certain prayers that you can do to the water? Do you speak to the water, both inside yourself and externally, right? And give me just a moment, because I do need a sip. There we go. Water is life, water is healing, water is cleansing. All right. This is a lot of victory and success, and this is, I'm feeling, I felt a lot of angelic forces prior to it, so I was asking the angels to work with me through these messages to bring out to you. So for some of you, this could also be that your wings get activated, so you may be experiencing certain like chest pains, maybe shortness of breath or tight pains in your chest or in your back and around your shoulder blades. Okay, obviously, if there is a physical reason behind it, like maybe you had a cold or an pneumonia or flu or something like that, you definitely want to take those things into consideration. But if you didn't have any of those things that I just mentioned, and there's absolutely no reason for you to really be experiencing these back pains, it can be that you are actually receiving activations. You may even experience certain dreams where you are flying or moving. This is also a great time for you to really just connect with the motion of your intentions and how fast they manifest. So paying attention to your thought processes and how frequent, when I'm channeling, it gets itchy for me at times. So excuse me. Thank you. Thought processes. How to mitigate or manage, or not manage, time the management, right, of the thought processes. Give it to me. Thank you. So, for example, so I can make sense, right, because words is getting gibberish right now. You have a thought, right, and this thought could be either happy, sad, it doesn't matter. You have this thought. How is this thought manifesting in your surroundings around you? How quickly are your thoughts manifesting? And that's how you can gauge the energy frequency of your thoughts and your manifestations, and how to manage yourself to create a ripple of manifestations going back to back to back, right? Because now you will be more cognizant of your thought processes, and you will also be engaging with the energies of your manifestations by being in tune with the water flow of your body. okay, by being in tune with the water flow, with the plasmic flow, with the celestial flow of your being. So definitely calling in, hello, calling in your celestial body, celestial being. You can call on your celestial council as well. But this is definitely talking about your ancient, sovereign, celestial energy here, and how quick can you manifest into that. And when we're talking about plasma energy, this could also be that you are going to experience a massive awakening on a plasmic level of your DNA that is going to be pushing you through into faster manifestations. For some of you, this is actually like witnessing like real fires around you, or some sort. For some of you, it may feel like a tower moment in a sense, even though we don't have the tower card here. It's okay, thank you. Because the next card here, so they don't want me to mention about the tower card to not confuse people with the message. So I have the Ace of Wands here, and what they're saying is when a tree falls, it makes a loud thump, and that is destruction, right? But when the mother is giving birth to an egg, it's quiet in a sense, right? But here we have the egg cracking, and it's explosive, and it's a birth. It's a cosmic birth to a new timeline, a new age. We are coming out of a space where our fears will no longer be able to hinder us or hold us back. We do have free will, and we will continue to have free will, but we are in a space of great awakening where our thought processes that were once eggs are going to crack open, and we are going to meet our celestial bodies, right? For those of you who haven't experienced seeing your celestial body or connecting with your celestial body, for those of you, this is birthing a new this is like a new project, okay, on a more individual type thing. But again, on a collective level, you're gonna see massive shifts when it comes down to the children. A lot of children are being birthed at this time with that ancient DNA, because it's time for this elevation to speed up in a sense. So they're coming with light frequencies, and these children are going to be like teachers onto us, as well as they're going to need our protection, right? But they have an ancient wisdom for us to be open to their wisdom, okay? Paying attention to their magic. For some of you, this is also making some spiritual breakthroughs where you haven't been able to. Maybe you were feeling blockages, or you were feeling trapped, and you find a greater enlightenment. You feel like you've reached you found yourself to be the pillar of light. You've reached your energy here. A lot of success. We have these 6 of Wands here, and with this 6 of Wands, I mean, there's a lot of birthing energy going on here. And then we have the 3 of Swords here, okay? So this could have been that there was a lot of heartbreaks. Remember, I kind of started off with like the grieving process and everything. It can be that as you are healing yourself and finding peace with that which you was once grieving, you come into a space of honoring yourself with great pride and without fear, right? And this pride is not arrogance, but it is beautiful. It is rightful. It is a pride that brings you a sense of understanding and confidence, but doesn't make you, become a certain type of energy or way that belittles others to gain it. No, and instead, it really doesn't matter what other people's opinion is, what other people view for you. It's more in alignment with the successes of your projects, the successes of all the work that you have done here. Okay, this is you seeing reaping the rewards of all your hard work is what I'm getting. And so on a collective level, we are going to see more sisterhoods coming together and bringing healing onto the forefront. If you are a healer of a sort, this is definitely going to be a time when you're going to start seeing yourself and other healers coming out of the resting period, right? We mentioned about grief. We mentioned about depression. And it could have just been that there was, for some of you, that's what it was. For others of you, it was just heart chakra activations, right? To bring this healing forth to all lineages, right? Because the generational curses have been broken. Now is the time of generational wealth and success. To allow the pillars of light to move your Merkaba, to move your vehicles. And you're going to see this all over the world. It's going to become more, I want to use the word prominence, or more frequent. I'm not sure what's the word, but it's going to be more and more out there, where you're going to see that there are very, because it's very shamanic energy, okay? There are ways to heal the mind, the body, the spirits holistically by being in tune with the fluids of your essence, by being in tune with the language of the waters, but of the language of the stars, your cells, your organs. Being in tune with the Divine Mother and knowing that you are a part of the grand creation. You are the baby that burst open, that when the egg cracked, it came out with you. You, the mother birthed you. And you are one and the same with the Divine Feminine energies. You're going to see more collaborations with people of different colors and ethnicities, okay? The separation timeline is over. It's what I'm seeing here. It's going to be a projection of that because of all the grief. Okay, thank you. Because of all the grief and everything that was happening on a collective level, and they were pushing that, all the harm that they were doing onto the children, all the children that was lost, and the mothers who have been crying, and still the genocides that have continued to go on and has been going on. So much of it has been pushed in our faces for people to see that it is causing these awakenings to occur. And this is where it's going to start bringing people to collectively come together and harmonize their healing light energy, work together in a way to create, I want to get one more card, Spirit, in a way to create this timeline of wholeness. And as stated, when I was talking about pride and not arrogance, right, this pride, I see, when I say pride, I'm not thinking of the emotional pride. I'm thinking of when you see a pride of lions together. Like, that's what I see when I'm saying the word pride. All right, let me get one more card, Spirit, for this outcome. Oh, okay, I guess two more cards. Ah, yeah, so beautiful. Yes, very shamanic energy, like I told you. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands here. So as stated, for some of you, this could have been, you know, because of all the war that was going on. This could be either you was in the military, or you just breaking out of like militant kind of thought processes, or this could be that going back to the grieving and the depression energy that was sensing, that was coming up earlier in the conversation. This could have been that because of all the massive attacks that have been going on collectively in the world, that was causing people to be in a fear-based energetic frequency, and like social riots, okay, is what I'm hearing, like social riots, wars and stuff like that. These are very chaotic energies that, yes, on a collective level we are going to see this. However, this frequency there, thank you, I because I spoke about Merkaba, I spoke about healers, I spoke about shamanic energy and the crone and the ancient ones here. I spoke about angelic forces and breaking through into your light frequencies and plasmas and speaking to the waters. I spoke about there's going to be a lot more fires that occur this year. You know, pay attention to lightning, pay attention to tornadoes, pay attention to fires, pay attention to even the waters, okay? But these wars and these energies of separations are going to receive a massive pivotal shift into a collective consciousness of wholeness. And so it's going to bring the people to collectively come together to bring forth the healers. The healers are going to come to the forefront to bring the healing with their ancient wisdom, like way showers or way makers, okay? We have here the five, so we have the Seven of Wands, the Five of Wands, lots of fire energy, lots of spirit energy, okay? Do not compare your light, your healing energy to any other healer. This is not a competition. You are here to be your 100% authentic self because you have an ability that others don't have. There cannot be another healer or person, reader, writer, musician, whatever is your skill, okay, astrologer. There isn't another being that is ahead of you. They are exactly where they need to be as you are where you need to be. So it's going to collapse any timelines of competition and bring unity and harmony for collaborations. These are the timelines in which we are integrating into now and where we are jumping into as a collective. For some of you, this is going to happen massively, really quick. You're going to be like, yo, wait a minute. I was just in a space of like resting, like and hibernating and being in my own energy because I needed to recharge myself because there's a lot of information, a lot of shit that's going on in the collective right now. Only to find yourself like being put out there to collaborate with others on missions in the astral realms, in the physical realm, like in all realms and dimensions. It's like a telepathic calling or a magnetic pull to each other to bring the integrations to happen faster, to bring the healing to happen faster where it's healed, okay? So I know in the beginning it kind of just sounds like a lot of like woohoo and all these things, but it's really a lot, you know, for some of you, it's going to be collaborating with other musicians. So if you play the drums and they play the flute or the maracas, right? The I was going to say the rattles. singing bowls or whatever, different sound frequencies to bring healing. Some of you just chanting and singing and doing your light language with other musicians. Okay, these type of collaborations is gonna be amplified now to do the healing work. You're gonna see a shift in music. You're gonna see a shift, and it's already happening, is what they're saying. So we are seeing these things. It's just more and more people are waking up to it. And those that are the way makers or the way showers or the edge walkers, as I mentioned, some of you are edge walkers, some of you are bridge walkers. Okay, they're similar but slightly different. Whatever is your magic, okay, whatever you were birthed here to do, you are going to be in the power of your divine purpose. All right. And that's what we see here with the Three of Discs. Divinely aligned with your soul's contract. So that the generational wealth transfer, it's already done. Let me take a sip, y'all, real quick. So the crone is aware that all these wars and these challenges and these things happen. That's why they were saying, like, not to focus on the tower itself, but because the tower card didn't come out, but more on the successes of the birth of this new timeline, of the turning of the wheel into a new age where you see the shadows for what they are. But some of you actually get to learn what are the whispers and the wisdom of the shadows without fear that they're a shadow. And bring it back to the remembrance of how water can sometimes be dark as well. How, before the egg is birthed, it's in the dark womb. Okay? Some of you had to go through the dark night of the soul to come and find it. Not some of you. We all have to go through the dark night of the soul to find our light, to find ourselves. And some of you are experiencing that now. Some of you are... they kind of want me to go back to the shadow beings. So I'm going to kind of go back to that, right? So with these shadow beings, some of them can be entities, okay? Some of you have like mediumship-like abilities. Or mediumship abilities, they're saying not like, but just mediumship abilities, right? And have a way of being able to communicate with other forces, other beings. Now, we all have a telepathic way of communicating as souls, as spirits in general, because there's spirits that aren't souls and they still have a telepathic way of communicating. It's just every entity communicates differently telepathically, but it's a technology nonetheless that is from our ancient DNA. Okay, so when you are in tune with your ancient DNA, and the more you are aware of your lights and your darkness, you no longer experience much fear. It's almost a space of unfuckwittable where it's not good or bad. Things just are what they are, and you gain the wisdom from it. That's where the crone energy comes in, right? She's come to a space of realization of what is good and bad, but a perception, right? What is hot or cold, but a perception, of our creativity, and what is the wisdom behind it, and how can I utilize this to move me forward, or just to learn and let it go. Let go what needs to let go, to just flow with life and death, and know that they are both perception also, because there is no beginning and there is no end. And so that is why the egg is cracked open. Did the egg come first, or did the soul, the being, whatever, take it how you will, but communicating with these shadow beings, for those of you who this resonates with, and I don't think this is going to resonate for everyone, okay? So please use your discernment. Definitely always call on your benevolent forces, your spiritual armor, your highest self, the creator of your soul, your highest self, whatever, all your spiritual team and counsel to provide a spiritual protection for you, and remove any entities that isn't honoring your free will or serving your highest and greatest good, and or both, right? And so going back to this, right, just because I know some of y'all are gonna go and just try to explore, and you're gonna do what you're gonna do. So anyways, but this feels like more like someone or some souls of you who are very advanced in your practice, okay, in your connection of your DNA, okay, communicating with these shadow beings to learn from their wisdom, through the law of one, knowing that they are also birthed from the creator. Okay, knowing that they are birthed from the creator, and what ancient wisdom do they have to offer you or humanity as a whole? However, whatever the conversation is, having this conversation, it seems to be that there is a soul contract between you and these shadow beings here, okay? And this can be that this conversation is to be had either to break this contract or rewrite this contract, okay? This is so multidimensional for many of us, because a lot of us on a collective are actually clearing out so much of the generational traumas and breaking through contracts that no longer serve the highest and greatest good, and bringing us into the liberated timeline of wholeness and abundance and prosperity and wealth. But anyways, so these shadow beings have some wisdom that they would like to share with you, with this medium, so that you can bring this wisdom forward for the greater good. It's actually for the greater good. However, it seems that they are a shadow-like species or being in this dimension due to the process of their energetic signature wavelength, and light frequencies is kind of beyond the spectrum of the light frequencies of this dimension, and so they appear as shadow beings, and this can be quite intimidating for some. But whoever is going to be communicating with them is not in fear mode. It's not in they're in fullness and understanding of their power. And these shadow beings are aware of this person's power, and will speak truthfully and very direct. And so they say, when you ask questions, to be very direct in your question, because they're going to give you very direct answers. And some answers may appear as what we call vague, And it is not that they are trying to be vague per se. It is that they are answering the question in its true manner. And so they will allow you to ask them questions, and they will leave if you ask them to leave, because they honor the law of one and your free will, the universal law, to honor our free will. So that's very interesting. My candle is going crazy right now. Well, now it's, I don't know if y'all saw that, but whoo! All right. So that was just a general collective energy. Yeah. Use your discernment. Take what resonates. Leave what doesn't. If the shamanic energy feels like it's yours, know that we all have some sort of gift. We all have some sort of healing ability that we bring forth to the collective. And so that separation timeline is going to be dismantled, because it's not that good or bad isn't going to continue to happen. It is that your consciousness is going to be in the awareness that things are what they are, and you're going to be in the crone-like energy of the wisdom behind the lessons. Almost like catch-22 energy, or as stated, mediumship energy, medium energy, middle pillar. Seeing that there is a gray in the black and white, right? There is, on a collective level also, there is going to be massive shifts of finances for this wealth transfer. Okay, we have already seen this happening. However, it is going to be on a faster pace, and so paying attention to that. Definitely look into unions and other methods of to fund or keep your assets, is what I'm hearing. But nonetheless, the removal of scarcity energy and being in the space of abundance, and knowing that you are successful in your journey. So keep being in your authenticity. So that was kind of longer and more than I thought I was gonna say or do. But that's what came out. So hello everyone, thank you for coming in. If you would like a card reading, I am doing donations based. You can feel free to come on live. You can come on live, or you could just put your question in the question box below. Excuse me one moment. Okay, I'm just gonna have to all right. So I'm gonna put my Cash App here for those of you Angelic Soul 11. For those of you that are wanting a reading, okay, there we go. All right, bear with me. So I know sometimes that seems very vague, with when messages that we get, because of it being a collective energy, right? It's so big. Like, collective energy is macro, right, versus the micro, where it's more individualized. And even when a person does a general reading, it can have a lots of information in there, but when you ask a specific question, it can be more answered directly, right? And so I guess that's more like what the beings were also saying, right? Like, choose your questions wisely, in a sense, knowing that all your needs can be provided for, all your questions can be answered. Are you asking the right questions? And are you asking them in a way where it's more simplified and more direct, right? And so I asked for a general collective reading, and of course I'm getting what the fuck is going on everywhere. And we are seeing this, and this is not the first time you hear me talk about these things, right? However, this is where we're at, and there are also things that you heard me talking about that I haven't spoke about, right? And sometimes things don't always make sense in the beginning, but if you give things time, by the end of it, you would see the lesson learned, or you will see the wisdom behind it, or you will see how things go full circle and completion, right? And so in the beginning, it may have sounded one way, and by the end of it, it made more sense as to directness, right? I didn't even see the 3 of Swords out there when I was talking about depression and grieving. And then when I seen it, I said, oh, well, that makes more sense, right? Of course, that's going to make more sense when that energy is talking about like heartbreak and grieving and healing and all of that, right? Hello. So if that is all, then I am going to allow you all to just kind of sit with this information. May the messages be for who they are supposed to be. And if those of you who are here aren't open to receiving a reading, then that's completely fine. If you are open to receiving a reading, cool. You can just send a donation. But what I will say is, if you didn't want to ask your question on live, or you didn't want to come on live, and you did want to book a one-on-one session with me, then you can do so via emailing me at switchingdacode at gmail.com, or using the link in my bio to schedule through consultation, 15-minute consultation. That's not a reading, that's a consultation. If you want a reading, you can just DM me directly as well, and we can set that up for you. Hello, greetings. So I just finished doing the collective reading, general energy reading. So you can definitely come back, watch the replay for that one. I am going to post this on YouTube as well, so that they have it up there. But if you did want an energy reading or a card pull, feel free to let me know. If not, I am going to end this live now. So I think we're good. I think I'm going to end this live. Connie's saying me. Hello. I just saw you're on. Oh, I was just going to get off. So I did do an energy reading for the collective. You're never late. What did I tell you? The shaman is never late. Always on time. So for the donation-based readings, you can send 1111 to the Cash App. And Connie, if you want, you can come on live, or you can put a question in the question box below if you would like a direct question, or let me know if you want an energy reading. I was just going to do the 1111 for general energy readings, but I am actually hearing spirit say like be open to questions, and so I am open to questions if some of you want me to, go into a direct question for you. Hello, Bullet. And if not, that's absolutely fine, because these are donation based. But Connie, you can message me afterwards, If not, that's fine. Hello, Bullet Man. Also, Bullet Man, you were on earlier. Where are you exactly? I know you were talking about the snow, so I'm curious. I love this card. Look at how beautiful. Like, this deck is so beautiful. I just might put this one, like, I just kind of want to take a screenshot. I'm not even gonna lie to ya. Like, Illinois. Just so I could have, like, this photo here. I love it. All right. Oh, so beautiful. And then we have the 9 of this. There we go. Lots of love and abundance will follow all of you who are here. Are you going to show us some snow? I'm going to be so excited. Bullet Man, I will definitely love for you to come on here. I just need your permission because I am going to post this on YouTube. Is it okay that I want to be able to post this video on YouTube, but I also would love to have you join the live. So if that's okay with you, give me a thumbs up or something, and I'll put you on live. Yeah, okay, cool. There we go. Hey.
How you doing?
Yeah. Hello, I am well. Will my sister and I fix what's going on though and get back to the relationship we had, or will we stay this way? Oh, let me answer this first and then
Yeah.
we'll get into this. Okay. Honey, it's going to be a massive shift of perception for both of you, especially her. I think there was a lot of I don't want to use the word ego because that's so cliche, but more like difference of opinions, difference of perception. I feel like there's a lot of truth in both of you perception of like your upbringings and things behind what you had going on, in your life, in your journey. And so it's just the way that both of you express emotions, the way that your relationship have been. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of feel like with time, it's gonna be better than what it was before. All right. And I kind of feel like overall energy with you specifically, all your relationships are going to shift for the better. All your relationships are actually going to be in a higher vibrational frequency because you're doing so much inner work with yourself that ripple is actually magnetizing, like a magnetic force for healthy, meaningful relationships to come into your life more. I also see a lot of ancestors around you. And I haven't even pulled a card, but it's just kind of what I'm like seeing in my mind's eye is a whole bunch of ancestors around you supporting you. All right. I don't know why I'm also seeing like an old blue teddy bear. I don't know if you had a blue teddy bear, if there's any significance to a blue teddy bear. What the fuck the blue teddy bear mean? I don't know, but that's what I see. And so it could also be that there's, some sort of um connection between, you know, bear energy, the mother energy. You know, the mama bear is very protective over their children. It could have been that maybe your connection with your mom wasn't the same connection it was with your sister and your mom. And, you know, one of y'all just has a greater defense mechanism over your inner child, is kind of what I'm sensing with that. So definitely, do I see a conversation? Yes, I do see a conversation. Do I think that this is going to happen soon or now? Soon is perceptional. But now's also perceptional. Near, not so near. Not so near, but yes, it's going to happen. Do I think it's going to happen this year? I kind of do. I don't like to give a time frame because I really don't. But I kind of feel like, yeah, and I kind of feel like even though you kind of feel like, damn, I reach out, or you know, sometimes people are stubborn, and sometimes you got to kind of be persistent and remind them of the love frequency for them to kind of get it. And then some people just don't, like, I don't necessarily, like, you be more persistent with me, I'm probably gonna put you in my closet and tell you to leave me the fuck alone for real, because you're not getting the point. And so I get it. I get it. You know who you dealing with, but she loves you. Okay. There's a lot of love in your relationship. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna pull one card and I'm gonna let the card tell it real quick, and then I'm gonna let the brother speak over here. Oh, ooh.
I love it.
Yes. In the bottom of the deck, the Three of Cups. All right, a reunion. Um, this is also, what's the word when a reconciliation? There you go. So yes to the reconciliation. Six of Cups when it has to do with family and past traumas. Okay. And the Six of Swords, there was a lot of communication that felt like one-sided in a sense for some of you, right? It felt one-sided, but again, y'all spoke about that, and it's really just a meeting of the minds that needs to come together, because y'all have a lot more in common. And it's almost like y'all both felt like y'all was the only child syndrome in different ways. I don't know if that makes sense. That's just what.
Maybe they got lots of years between them or something.
That could be it too. That could be it too. You know, the difference of years, you know, so growing up different. I know me and my sister, we're only about 5 years apart. And, you know, our experience with the same parents wasn't the same experience, you know, and so that very much happens. And I'm the youngest, and I feel like I'm my parents' parent. So,
Right? I'm the youngest. My sister's 11 years older than I am, so I know that
oh
only
my
child
gosh.
feeling.
Yeah. I love you, Connie. Thank you so much for allowing me to be in your energy and give you that reading. And I send you and your sister the most absolute love, the most clarity to open both your hearts and just magnetically attract to each other's frequency in a harmonious way, to reconcile your differences and honor each other's differences without comparing each other's journey or faulting each other's for your journey, but just allowing the lessons to bring the wisdom that it needs to be in the forefront for y'all to just be the best versions of yourselves and exist in your own lives. Do you, whether she like it or not. Let her do you, let her do her, whether you like it or not, and just honor each other's journey, and let love be present.
Love it.
Yeah, you said it's minus 15 degrees where you're at.
Yeah, like legit. It was wind chill was minus 40, and it's been about minus 30, 35 all day today for the wind chill. It's cold.
Yeah.
It's really cold.
So you want to build a snowman?
I wish. It's just you freeze to death going out there tonight.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask Connie how where the blue teddy bear came into play with her, like, you know what I mean? Because she's like, you hit it right on point.
Yeah.
That's,
Does the blue teddy bear mean anything, Connie? Just curious.
well, you get me
I
intrigued. I'm over here like,
forgot about the blue teddy bear already too. Like, that's how I don't. My message is not my message. So what the fuck am I gonna hold on to a blue teddy bear?
Right. I was just like, damn. Okay, I
But
gotta
that
know.
was, yeah. Sometimes I'll get like symbols, like how they were breaking it down. Sometimes I need to see weird shit and then get a weird translation from it, transmission, you know. But sometimes it's very like for a person, and I'm like, oh, sugar snaps, I didn't even know, you know. While she
Okay.
translated it into what was it, and she is total mama bear. Ah, okay, the mother bear thing.
Okay. Right on. All right. And the blue. Okay. Interesting. I love it.
And it's funny that you're wearing green. I have been telling my people it's like green for the last month. I'm like, like different vibrations, different algorithms, but blue and
Man.
green has definitely been. I've been seeing the green everywhere, and then you come in with the green.
I hope it's all good vibrations. All right. Love it. Yeah, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just hanging out down here, playing with the plants. You know, seen you on.
What
Thought I'd
plant?
hop on, say hi. Huh?
What plants?
Oh,
The
I'll show
ganja
you.
plants? Oh yeah,
I'll
I'm so happy. I just said it. Oh yes, that makes me so happy. Wow.
Yeah, she's big.
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you the pretty ones though.
I want to make a tea right now. Ooh.
And then
Ooh,
uh,
that one is feisty. What is that?
that was
Oh,
Bahama
I
berry.
like that. What is it?
This one here is Bahama berry.
Mmm.
She's
Feisty
frosty.
one. Yeah.
And this one here is Miami, and it's a big one
Ah,
too.
that makes sense as to why I was like, oh, that one's like more pretty. I kind of felt like I was gonna like be more in the tropics. That makes sense.
Yeah, these are both sweet berry. They're really good. That one's just really red. And then this one's apples and bananas, and it smells like cinnamon and pine trees.
Oh, very interesting. Apples and bananas, and it smells like cinnamon and pine.
Yeah, like really, it's really interesting. And this,
I mean, I can kind of see like cinnamon and pine in correlation with apples because those are all like colds in a sense. But
I was
banana,
thinking, okay, apples. Do they get the apples with like the apples and cinnamon, like an apple
right?
pie? I mean, that's how they got,
Right.
or I don't know how they came up with it. And the bananas, I don't smell nothing like a banana, but
That's what
that
that's
might.
what that's what threw me off a little bit. It was like bananas, but I'm like, I like to eat,
So
eat,
it might
eat.
come back. It might come when it's dried and it's cured, and it might be a taste thing once we uh, smoke it. I don't know. I'm excited for it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. I love plants. I do all kinds. I found there was a book. I think it was dang,
What's up,
it was
Vicky?
like an artist book. It's an old book. We're gonna head out in a moment. I just wanna it was with Scott Cunningham. Yes, Scott Cunningham. And was it Wicca? No. I think it was like Earth Magic or something like that, or or it wasn't the encyclopedia. I can't recall right now, but I found the book and I randomly opened up to the first page I opened up to had a beautiful ganja leaf, just Mary saying hi to me, and I was like, oh, this is how you're greeting me. This is how we're starting this book. Okay. Thank
Nice.
you, Connie. I appreciate it so much, beloved. I was gonna message you afterwards anyway, so I appreciate the donation. May return to you infinite fold forever and your lifetimes and all lifetimes. Hello, hippie in training 420. Are you a hippie in training? How do you train a hippie?
Oh, she's an amazing woman. She's fun. Hell yeah.
I mean, can you train a hippie?
Probably not. They can probably
Right. They
teach us a few things.
might, they might do a hipster on you and like beat you up in their way for a moment, tie you to a tree, and then go somewhere else and say, "Let my soul be free." Yeah,
Right.
no, I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Nice, Connie. Nice.
yeah, I can't. I can't. I've been. I think it's either in you or it's not. I think it's in hippie though. I think it's in her. I think it's in her. I just, I don't know if is a hippie in everyone. Maybe
I was hippie and
if you
me.
give
I like
everyone some weed. I
I
think if
like
you
the
give
weed.
everyone some weed, everyone will be a hippie in training then. Yeah, I agree. Hippie in training 420.
Yeah, it's weed and the mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Spiritual.
Oh yeah.
Spiritual.
Yes.
See,
I think
always be learning.
learning how to worship Mother Earth is a growing progress. I'll always be learning. I say absolutely, absolutely. You were talking about that in another live. Oh, enjoy that. Yes. Why? Thank you all. Can we look at the snow? Are we able? Is it snowing over there? I know you said it's cold, but is it? Yeah.
I don't think it's
Okay.
snowing, but I
Well,
can show you the
you
snow.
guys.
We'll go see it. I'll go show you the snow.
So for those of you who don't know, I'm a winter baby and I'm not in a winter state right now. So like I miss the snow. I love the snow and I love plants. And so what's going on right now is very healing and happy for me because I love plants and I love snow. Look at Oh, wow, that's high. Ooh, and it's cold.
Yeah, it's cool.
Did I hear a cat? I doubt it.
What was
The
that?
cat will be frozen. I thought I heard a cat. I was like, the cat's about to freeze.
Probably. We got 4 cats, 3
Okay.
dogs, a lizard, and a kid, and a wife.
Oh, that's funny. Yes, yes, full house. I
Too
love
much.
that. Mary Jane said hi to you. I love the snow too. Thank you, Hippie. Thank you, everyone who's tuning in live. Thank you, brother, for showing face and showing love. I
Yep.
greatly appreciate it.
Catch you guys later.
Yeah, and I'll be letting you all go. Peace, love, and light, everyone.